Hello and welcome to this edition of Diaspora Central. I am Gil Ingles, and with me today, ladies and gentlemen, virtually from Virginia, from the DMV, we have Miss Philomena Desmond. She is one of the people that heads the organization Virginia African Diaspora Committee. Philomena, welcome to Diaspora Central.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. We understand that you're doing big things. There are big things going on in Virginia. Virginia is trying to put diaspora on the map, isn't it?
Yes, and I'm proud to say that Virginia is the first state in the union of the 50 states that make up the United States of America to have a law enacted.
All right. And which law is that?
Celebrates African diaspora.
All right. Let's hold on. You're going to have to repeat that because this is a big celebratory moment. So you need to repeat that to ensure that our listeners have listened to. So what exactly is the law?
The law is a law passed unanimously by the Commonwealth of Virginia Senate and the Commonwealth of Virginia House of Delegates unanimously. There was no dissent. And Governor Glenn Youngkin of the Commonwealth of Virginia signed it into law, making every September Virginia African Diaspora Heritage Month.
All right. So
we are the first state in the union to have such a law because other celebrations you have around United States on African diaspora is not enacted or backed by any law. This is backed by a law.
All right. So
the number is J133.
Okay.
Anybody can look it up if they go to the website of the House of Delegates of the Virginia capital.
Okay.
The General Assembly.
All right. So if we understood correctly, Virginia now is a law that celebrates diaspora heritage, and that's in the month of September.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a law celebrating Virginia African diaspora heritage. And including, by the way, Ingles, you know that Virginia is one of the most important states in the Union.
Okay.
It's the state where the first Black people set their foot in the United States.
Okay.
And you should be proud anyway. Those first people, they put it in a signboard, 20 plus odd men, came from Angola.
That is correct.
Yes.
That is correct. Yes. Virginia is
the Tucker family also.
Right.
The descendants of Isabella and William.
Indeed.
That came from that boat that were going to Brazil, and it was intercepted. And 20 odd men were stolen by pirates and brought to Virginia.
Right. So that is basically the place of the first landing.
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's get a little bit of background on you because a lot of people hear Philomena Desmond, but very few people know exactly who you are and where you're from. So give us a little bit of background on you.
Oh, my full name is Princess Philomena Desmond Ogugwa. And I'm a Nigerian American. I'm an African first.
Okay.
I'm proud of my African heritage.
Okay.
I live in Woodbridge.
Okay.
And you know me very well. I have been in the system. I have been fighting for Africa,
right,
for our voice to be heard for a long, long time in the United States. The time is now for Africa to sit on the table, to be part of the dialogue, to part of everything from budget to everything, because we have the people, we have the know-how. And Africans in diaspora here are the biggest emerging immigrants that are highly educated with high buying power, and they do vote.
Right.
So we make up a big voting bloc that anybody running for an election, we are not a group to be neglected. Yes.
Right. Definitely not a demographic to be neglected. Now, was activism, at what point in your life did activism become part of your life, and what triggered it?
What made us to do that?
Yeah, what made you become an activist, and what exactly triggered?
I was say I'm an activist.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
like making money. I'm a business person.
Oh, so
But
you
I
are you?
want to,
Mm-hmm.
yes, but maybe my activism is where it concerns Africa because we have been neglected.
Okay.
We
Okay.
are not on the table.
Okay. So
All the
basically,
mineral resources are from our continent.
mm-hmm.
And we in diaspora, we don't get anything. We don't
Okay.
say we are not looking for hands down. We want to be on the table.
Okay.
We have the resume and the biographies to to equal what we're asking for. We're not asking for handouts.
Okay. Okay.
That's why I'm ashamed when our leaders come here and be begging.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is in Africa for us to get what we want. We shouldn't be begging.
Okay. So in your opinion, then it is the fact that the diaspora was excluded from some of the decisions being made that impacted diasporans that made you somewhat become an activist or an advocate for the diaspora.
Is how Africans
Mm-hmm.
are treated.
Okay.
Here,
Mm-hmm.
most of us with good credentials, good CV, good education,
Okay.
maybe because of accent,
Okay.
they are not hired.
Okay.
But I see Indians, Chinese, or even Latinos with worse accent than ours.
Mm-hmm.
They are hired. I won't say whether it's because we are darker. I won't say that because I'm somebody that believes that what A can do, B can do it.
Right.
Give us the opportunity. We'll prove them wrong.
Oh, right. And
That's
so
why we want to organize ourselves and say we are somebody.
Right.
And we can make it here. America is a land of opportunity. America is a land built by our descendants that came, that we are forced to come here.
Mm-hmm.
And we are proud of them. That's why we are celebrating them and celebrating us.
All right. And on that note, let's go ahead and go into our first break. And we are, if you have just joined us, we do have today Miss Philomena Desmond. She's part of the Virginia Diaspora Committee, and they have been able to actually get the state of Virginia to pass a law to celebrate Diaspora Heritage Month in the month of September. So stay tuned and go nowhere. We'll be right back.
I had a vision of creating a different model of how you address poverty, and that was through commerce. Right? If you want a community to be strong, then you give it an opportunity to have economic independence, and then it makes its own decisions.
And we are back. If you have just joined us, you are now tuned into Diaspora Central SpotLight, and our guest today is Miss Philomena Desmond, the head of the Virginia Diaspora Committee. Philomena, once again, congratulations on being able to accomplish the law that allows the diaspora to celebrate in the month of September. So no longer an option, now an actual law in the state of Virginia. Now, you were telling us about your background and on how you got involved in advocating for Africa, the fact that you felt that Africans were excluded from the table where decisions were being made in the diaspora. So you mentioned being from Nigeria. What tribe, if you don't mind me asking?
Like I told you, I'm black first,
Okay.
African,
Okay.
then Nigeria.
Okay.
Nigerian.
Okay.
I'm from the great Igbo tribe
Okay.
of Nigeria. I'm a Bantu person.
All right.
Just like you are Bantu.
Right. Right. Now, once you arrived in the United States, you came in for the purpose of schooling, business. What exactly brought you to America?
I came to America as a student.
Okay.
Legally, with F1 visa.
Right.
I was sent here by my parents to go to school. I did both my undergraduate and graduate degrees in the United States.
Okay.
Every other person, because of unstable environments in our respective countries and going back, nothing to do and be, most of us stayed back for the opportunity.
Okay.
But we always remember home. Africa. That's why I'm proud African. We always remember home.
Indeed. Now, what schools did you attend when you arrived here for your undergrad and for your post?
I did Rowan University in Glassboro, New Jersey.
Okay.
I did Howard. I did George Washington University, and I did Southeastern University, all in Washington, D.C.
Okay. Now, were any of your degrees were they all business related, or were any of them in political
no.
science?
In my first was a scientist, microbiology. I worked at American Type Culture Collection for 10 to 15 years as a senior bacteriology specialist.
Okay.
And I did public health also. And I have an MBA. After working in the science for some time, wearing lab coats and looking at microscopes and all that, cultivation and doing all sorts, I decided to use my MBA to do what I love doing, meeting people, doing things I like doing.
Okay.
Doing government relations, business development, strategy, all of them.
Okay. Now, so basically, you make the transition from science, from a scientific field or biotech field, right, into a business field. Now, in your opinion, and especially being a woman from the African continent, how difficult was it for you to make that transition?
It was difficult.
What were some of the challenges?
When I finished college, I looked for work. I have done research at NIH, at Food and Drug Administration. I thought it would be easy to enter those places, but it wasn't at that time. I used my MBA to be a front office manager at a hotel, but I wanted to have that experience. So I used to volunteer in labs, in hospital labs, but I don't like working in hospital labs. You see a lot of mess you don't want to see. I like the research.
Okay.
Luckily, as luck will have it, I sent my CV. I started as a research scientist, from the distant at American Type Culture Collection, which is the reference lab in the world for scientists for identification, characterization, and nomenclature of any organism discovered in the world. That's the reference lab that identifies what it is.
Okay.
And I was in charge of all the gram-negative aerobes. I was the curator.
Okay.
Of all the Pseudomonas, Acinetobacter, Flavobacterium. I still remember them anyway. Once a scientist, always a scientist.
There you go. So it looks like that was your first love. I guess that's the one thing that you probably have always wanted to do.
What did you say?
I said, I think that was your first love. That was the thing that you always wanted to do.
Yes.
Yeah. So then what eventually triggers you into becoming a businesswoman? What was it that made you become a businesswoman?
It was when the world started turning ugly.
Okay.
And American Type Culture Collection being a reference lab. All they accused us of supplying military, biological warfare and this and that during the Iran-Iraq war, the first one and all that. And all, I didn't like all the demonstration, and I didn't come from Africa to be killed by demonstrators, And when they started discovering all these bad bacteria, flesh-eating bacteria, this, that, and I got tired of being locked up in a room 8 hours a day, at times 10 hours.
Okay.
You just go for 20 minutes break and go inside the lab. Seeing the same people every day, 365 days in a year.
Right.
Wanted to get out there and meet people.
Got you.
Yes.
All right. No, that definitely a good move. So let's go ahead and go into our second break on that note. And when we come back, we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit more about the program that you have going on. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
All the time I was doing that, I was also involved in community, in doing things, in politics here.
Okay.
After work, I go and do the politicking.
Got you. Okay. So always socially engaged or engaged with the community to ensure that we are right. That is good to know. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about the engagement that you actually have going on, because we understand that the Virginia Diaspora Committee has a big event happening this September. That is correct?
Yes.
Right.
Very big event.
All right. So
we want everybody in the States, United States, to be part of this
All
joy
right.
and celebration.
all right. So let's go ahead and take a very quick break. And when we come back, you're going to give us more details on that event. If you just joined us, you're now tuned into Diaspora Central Spotlight. And our guest today is Philomena Desmond, the head of the Virginia Diaspora Committee. We'll be right back. And we are back. If you've just joined us, you're now tuned into Diaspora Central Spotlight, and our guest today is Philomena Desmond, the head of the Virginia Diaspora Committee. Philomena, the Virginia Diaspora Committee is celebrating a big milestone, is celebrating a big step. It's actually celebrating something that very few other states have had a chance to do, which is turn a specific holiday pertaining to the diaspora into a month of celebration of African heritage. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Right? Into a law. Right? And that has been turned into a law.
Signed by Governor Gil Ingles, and we thank him for that.
There you go.
That was one of his election promises.
Indeed. So and I kind of want to go back a little bit on that point. You said that's one of the election promises. So meaning that when the diaspora did approach, or when the diaspora was approached by that governor, the diaspora actually did have a plan on what they too wanted from his from the governor, correct?
Yes, let me tell you.
Yeah.
We were really involved. We're a non-partisan group.
Okay.
Individuals in the group can be in different political parties, but the group is non-partisan by itself.
Okay.
So during the campaign, we invited both Terry McAuliffe, Hala Ayala, and the Attorney General to a Zoom to tell us what they will do with our community, what they will do for us, how they will carry us along as the emerging new immigrants in the Commonwealth.
Right.
In the same vein also, as non-partisans, we invited now Governor Gil Ingles, then candidate Gil Ingles, with Myers and Winsome Sears to the Zoom. The same question we asked the Democrats, we asked the Republicans. Same questions. And both candidates also said yes, if they're elected, they are going to do this.
And that
luckily for Governor Youngkin, he was elected.
Right.
And from statistics, they said at least he won because of the large number of the diaspora, African diaspora community that voted for him.
Right. So the constituency definitely was organized well enough to not only just be at the table, but to present something at the table that would actually benefit everyone else.
Yes.
Right.
We presented something on the table. This is what, if you win, will you do this for us? We asked A the same, we asked B. All of them said yes.
And that's go ahead.
So when Governor Youngkin won, we had some good legislators. With one of us, who was then the director of outreach and everything for Senator Warner, Bo Machayo, who helped in writing the bill and all that, because he has been doing this on the Hill. And with our good friends in Richmond, Delegate Michelle Maldonado, who is Portuguese speaking, by the way, because I think she's first generation Cape Verdean.
Okay.
And Senator Jennifer McClellan, who was the candidate for governorship for the Democratic Party.
Okay.
And also Glenn Davis Jr. from Virginia Beach, a Republican. It was a bipartisan effort.
Okay.
They were the co-sponsors of the bill, and the bill passed unanimously.
There you go. And that is a big moment. Now, about the event that you guys have, when is the event? When does it start? How can people join in the effort?
People can join by visiting the Virginia African Diaspora website.
Okay. And what is that website?
I'm going to send you also the flyer.
Okay.
Where people can just join. We have in the flyer where you can register. It's free.
Okay.
And also, if you're a vendor, we want to display the diversity of Africa, which is our strength.
Okay.
Which is what makes us unique. Africa is the only continent where you find almost all the languages spoken in the world. People are speaking it.
Right.
Most people don't know that we speak French, we speak Arabic, we speak English, we speak Portuguese, we speak Spanish.
Right.
And some people in Namibia speak German.
Right.
Is a very diverse continent, and we want to show our diversity from our music, our food. So we want vendors for food, vendors for clothing, for art, everything African we want to showcase.
Okay.
And this is a celebration throughout the Commonwealth of Virginia, because on the 10th of September also, we are having something in collaboration with the Tidewater area.
Yes,
and the head of the Tidewater Cultural Alliance. And luckily, the head of that is one of us, Miss Rita Cohen.
Yes, yes.
Part of the steering committee.
Yes, she has actually been in this program before.
Yes, and with the historical Black colleges on the 10th, and also on the same 10th in Richmond, the African diasporas in Richmond.
Okay,
there are many. Are having something to celebrate the great month of September.
Okay.
And the grand finale is on September 25th.
All right.
In Northern Virginia here at the lawn of the Manassas Museum in Manassas, Virginia.
All right. All right. We thank you very much for giving us this information. So the month of September is definitely a month of celebration for the diaspora, for the African diaspora in the state of Virginia. So Miss Philomena Desmond, thank you for taking a few minutes to join us. We appreciate you. And after this program, hopefully you will be back to talk to us and share with us how well the event has gone and what you're planning for the following year.
Yes. And I want to please appeal for Africans in different states to come together.
Okay.
Don't sectionalize in different countries. No.
Right. So
when we are together, we are strongest.
There you go.
You don't see the Latin America talking in different. They come as the Latinos.
Right.
The Asians come as Asians. So somebody should take the bull by the horn for the different states to have their state African Diaspora Committee.
Right.
With that, you can lobby your respective House of Delegates and state houses for laws you want that will favor our community. Right. I challenge the men and women from other 49 states to do what we have done in Virginia. Then we'll get the maximum respect we need in the United States. Thank you.
All right. And with that note, we're going to close this program. We thank you for tuning in. And until next time, remember, organize and unite, because united we can accomplish a lot more. Until next time, I am Gil Ingles. And remember, if we don't do it for ourselves, no one else will. Take care.